was at Tottenham as a 13-year-old, and in them days, different to now, clubs are now picking up players at 7, 8 years of age. It was different then. So I was at Tottenham as a 13-year-old to 16, and of course 16 was the time when the club had to make a decision. They felt that I had a chance, but hadn't done well enough to warrant them giving me an apprenticeship. So I then left school, embarked on a 4-year apprenticeship as a lift engineer, but stayed on at Tottenham as an amateur because I felt I still had a chance. So my working weeks in them days were very much about working day to day as an apprentice lift engineer, training 2 nights a week at Tottenham. So obviously getting initially getting the bus, train to the stadium where we trained in the evenings, and then playing in the youth team on a Saturday. So a very, very busy week, and of course there were some times when I couldn't make the training because we were working late. After the 4 years apprenticeship had finished, of course signed full-time professional at Tottenham, and fortunately for me that it was very quick that I got into the first team, and of course the rest is history. When I look back on the rest of my career, certainly on my coaching and management career and aspirations, I think it was all because of that initial period and the people around it. Some big names, different types of players. You know, your Ozzy Ardiles had played and had won a World Cup winners medal, Ricky Villa, Glenn Hoddle, who was regarded as one of the most gifted players, not only in the country, but probably in Europe, Steve Perryman, certainly the best, captain that I've played under. And what you had in Keith Birkinshaw was a manager that was able to bring all them different characters, personalities, strengths into what was a very, very good side. So I think it's impossible as a young player, not to be influenced by that team and the people in that team and the people around you. I had finished playing at Tottenham around about sort of 30, 31 years of age. I then went and had a year and a half at West Ham, and then a similar period of time at Brentford. And by that time, I knew I wanted to coach. So certainly taking far more interest in tactics or so. And at Brentford, Phil Holder was a manager and allowed me to do a few sessions as well. So at that stage, I very much knew I wanted to coach, and it was about the opportunity. And that's where the hard bit is. It's getting that first opportunity. It's a little bit different now. And of course, at that time, Ozzy Ardiles had just got the job at Tottenham. Ozzy was somebody that I was very friendly with, knew my coaching aspirations, and brought me in as a under-21 stroke reserve team coach to work alongside Patsy Holland. So I had a period of time, that first year, working with Pat, and Pat's an excellent coach. So that helped me a lot because it is completely different, because even as regards setting up of a team talks before the game, half-time, these are areas, for as much as you would have been in the changing room on numerous occasions, that is now your responsibility. So it's no different to any other aspects of life. Somebody working in the workshop and now they're in management and they've got to govern a group of players. So the transition is not easy. Certainly the environment I was in helped it for me. And of course you work as hard as you can to make sure that you are learning as quickly as you can. There comes that transition time when when do you become a manager? For the majority of my time there, my biggest responsibility or my biggest drive was to do the best job that I can in the job that I was doing. I thoroughly enjoyed being a coach and the environment around the changes of manager, and of course every time a new manager came in was another test. Coming towards the end of that period, that desire to want to manage started to become stronger and stronger, and I honestly believe that my transition into management was helped very much by the years that I had and the managers that I worked with in that period of time. What happened? I'd lost my job after 14 and a half years. I had 3 years with Martin Jol, and they were successful years as regards league position. I got a phone call around about February time from Kevin Keegan, and Kevin, who I'd known and played against, of course, in my travels, but hadn't known so well, and asked, would I come up to Newcastle as first team coach? And my initial reaction was yes, because it was an opportunity to get straight back into football. In all of my playing career, had always been in London. So I think the challenge of particularly going to Newcastle and the opportunity to work with Kevin Keegan was something that was very, very exciting for me, and something I didn't really have to think about.